centurion's faith in Jesus, it was not as a result of knowing him. This man had never met Jesus. He had only heard about Jesus because at this time Jesus was becoming famous. He had become famous throughout the land, and everybody was talking about this man Jesus and the great things that he was doing. But this Roman centurion had never had contact with him, but yet he believed because he had a need. He had a need, not personally for himself, but for his servant. He believed that Jesus could do something for him, and so he was willing to exercise the faith of having someone go to Jesus on his behalf. And we see here now I'm going to read just 2 verses from this, verses 6 and verse 7 from our printed text. And it reads, and I'm reading the NIV version, it says, "So Jesus went with them. After the request had been made on the centurion's behalf, Jesus went with them. He was not far from the house when the centurion sent friends to say to him, 'Lord, don't trouble yourself, for I do not deserve to have you come under my roof. That is why I did not even consider myself worthy to come to you. But say the word, and my servant will be healed.'" Now, do you see it? Do you see where the centurion, he recognized, he said that he wasn't even worthy to have Jesus come under his roof. But I believe, but basically he's saying, I believe by faith that if you just say the word, that my servant will be healed. Now, how many times in our lives do we exercise that type of faith, that we are able to say, I believe by faith. I believe that you can do it. I don't see it. I don't see it right now. But by faith, I believe that you can do it. You can do what I request of you. Now, in our case, we're not like this centurion. We don't have the word. We have the word. We know of the promises of God. We know about Jesus, and so it should be very easy for us to exercise that great faith, such as the centurion did. Now, and we see here when this took place, when the centurion said this, Jesus was amazed. He was amazed by the fact that this Gentile, this individual who didn't have a relationship with God at that time and didn't have a relationship with him, believed that Jesus could heal his servant just by a word, just by speaking a word. And what's interesting here is because of the great faith that this Roman centurion demonstrated, his servant was healed. And you know what? Jesus never said a word. The only thing Jesus said is he turned to his people and he said, "You see this?" I'm paraphrasing. He said, "You see this? This man who who is a centurion, who is a Gentile and doesn't know God, he exercised faith that even you that I came for do not exercise." So that is, so that's a lesson for us today to know that we need to stand on the promises of God. We need to believe that he is able to do just what he said he would do. If this unbeliever, if this Gentile can do that, then why can't we? So that's the essence of the lesson. I would encourage you to, in your study time, to look at, to go through these scriptures and to ask yourself, am I exercising great faith? And I also encourage those of you who have not yet, who are not yet attending Sunday school. I just want to remind you that Sunday school is in session from 8:30 to 9:30 every Sunday, and there's plenty good room for any and everyone who would like to attend. Thank you so much.
Special thanks to Deacon Marshall Gray for the review today. I'm so glad that we've added this review back because it gives those persons who don't have access, both online and otherwise, the opportunity to experience the Sunday school lesson. Amen? I'd like to make you aware. I want you to look at your calendars, and please mark your calendars if you would, please. I want to make a special expression of this recognition as we've had people serve us in Sunday school for many of years. And very rarely, say rarely. Very rarely do we even acknowledge who they are. We don't pay them, but they have to study on a weekly basis to make sure that we have these lessons presented to us. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a Sunday school recognition. This is going to be a time where we sit the teachers down, and I'm going to teach the lesson on May 19th. We'll do a small little portion of review in like manner, but on that day, I want you to get your $10 together, okay, because we're going to serve breakfast. All right, we're going to serve breakfast, and they told me to charge a little bit more, but we decided, the superintendent insisted that we keep it at $10, okay, and I'm going to make for certain that that takes place. And if we have to pay the $2.50 a piece, I know he can do it, so I'm not worried about that. So here's what happens. On that day, you'll have a choice, okay, and I need you to start now because I need to pre-order. I got some stuff already here, but I need to make for certain that we know how many people we're going to accommodate. And of course, we'll possibly make some space for extras. And I want you to look at me when I say this, okay? Look at me when I say this. Everybody looking at me when I say this to you, okay? Don't take advantage of me, all right? Okay? Because I always make it known that if you don't have $10, you know you got to come to the table anyway. Say amen. However, don't take advantage of it, okay? All right? Because we want to make sure that we do right by everybody. And again, if you do not have it, that's not a reason why you shouldn't sign up. All right? Say amen. So Sister Sarita this morning is signing up anybody May 19th, which is the third Sunday in May. I want to be able to have enough chicken and waffles for you or fish and grits for you. You'll have a choice. I know everybody doesn't eat fish, so we'll provide chicken and waffles and all that other kind of stuff. But the recognition will be as such as we're going to go back and recognize some former superintendents, teachers who have worked so diligently with us down through the years. We're going to acknowledge them in a special way because, again, like I said at the beginning, we rarely get the opportunity to do recognition for those who are considered volunteers for us in the area of Sunday school. And those of you who come to Sunday school, you are appreciative, aren't you, of those who teach the lessons and things. Come on, give God praise for them in our Christian education arena, and we're very appreciative to you. I just thought I'd come out and share that. So please, today, I need you to go ahead and sign up now, okay? Sister Sarita is right over here to my right. Come on, wave your hand at us, Sister Sarita. She's going to take these orders this morning, and I need you to do this. It's so important that you do it. If you anticipate, if you think you'll be able to get here, 8:30 a.m. in the morning, we're going to have either fish and grits or chicken and waffles. And of course, I bring you orange juice, cranberry juice, apple juice, things of that nature. We'll have all of those things available to you. And I want y'all to come out, and we're going to just enjoy that day, loving on our Sunday school teachers and our superintendent and everybody. We thank you. We appreciate you. And please prepare your hearts for that. And you'll have a few minutes, about 5 minutes or so, to come over here. And when service is complete, I'm going to ask that she'll meet you out in the foyer area and get your names, okay? Is that all right? Yes? Okay. Thank you. Yes. If you don't mind, give it to Sister Sarita right here. Trip to Cincinnati, Miss Roach. Miss Roach, she don't work on Sundays, but just pass it to her anyway. She'll start a list for me for anybody. Watch this. That's going with me to Cincinnati. I'm making arrangements for you to go right now. Okay, and it'll be $10 for that to go on the fourth Sunday. You can pay as